You want me to put that on my Tudor?
Harry's wife. Harry's wife in 5 years. Hello, I'm HG Tudor. One of the benefits of being an expert in narcissism and psychopathy is that it enables me to predict certain behaviours. It enables me, by understanding the way that my kind behave, to convey to you what's likely to happen. The starting point for achieving this, of course, is to analyse that individual to find out what they are, and, where we're talking about a narcissist, to make a determination through the narc detector as to what they are by studying significant amounts of evidence over a sustained period of time to see that it crosses the evidential threshold with regard to certain fields. Having then established that the individual is a narcissist, I am then able to determine what type of narcissist they are by reference to school and cadre. Then, as a consequence of understanding the narcissistic dynamic generally, so understanding the nature of the relationship between the narcissist and the victim, where that victim fits into the fuel matrix. Are they a family member? Is it a friend? Is it an intimate partner who's a spouse or a boyfriend or girlfriend that's long-term? Or is it someone who's dating? Is it a side piece? Is it somebody who is an affair partner? Is it a neighbour? Is it a colleague? And then also understanding the sub-school of narcissist to get the subtleties of their behaviours. I am then able to explain to you what's going to happen. So, for example, I can explain to you what happens when two narcissists come together. Is there a clash, or is there narcissistic cementation? I can explain to you how a narcissist is likely to behave with regard to impending court action. I'm able to explain to you what the dynamic would be, for instance, between the narcissist and intimate partner primary source. The seduction, the love bombing, the sustained devaluation, respite periods, and then either escape, disengagement, or neither, the roller coaster road continuing. Accordingly, by understanding what a person is and who they're interacting with, provides us with tremendous insight as to what the future will bring. It enables me, in effect, to make predictions based upon the established pathology of the way that the narcissist or psychopath will behave, and in particular, in relation to other people. This is hugely beneficial. As I often explain to people that I consult with, this not only helps you understand what a narcissist is likely to do, what they're less likely to do, what they're guaranteed to do, but it also gives you a degree of assurance and comfort to understand where they won't do something or they're not likely to do so. Many times people, through not understanding narcissism and obtaining information from people who don't understand it themselves, often catastrophize, and sometimes lend far greater credit to the narcissist, thinking the narcissist's reach and abilities are far greater than they actually are. Of course, there are certain narcissists that have very complicated fuel matrices, have tremendous wealth and reach, but many do not. And as I've explained on many occasions, there are instances where people assume that they're ensnared with a greater, when actually find out that they're not, and that a proper appreciation of the evidence helps them in that regard. Not only do I do this, of course, with regard to assisting people with the narcissist in their life, but I also enable you to understand this about famous and infamous people. So I can tell you what's likely to happen in the relationship, for instance, between Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith. That I can tell you how Alec Baldwin would respond to the pending court case that he has, accusing him of manslaughter. So that we can glean, as a consequence of those established behaviours and the evidence, considerable insight into what comes next. And of course, with Harry's wife, we also have that advantage. At the moment, where is she? Well, she used to be an actress, not a particularly successful one, and she ran a lifestyle blog, which she seems to think was extremely successful. I'd never heard of it, though that's not really a surprise. She evidently was making some form of living from it, supplementing her income alongside that of acting. And it was suitably important for her because she did appear to put quite a lot of effort with regard to it. However, she tried writing and didn't get her anywhere. It's unlikely she'll go back to acting. There's the rumour, of course, that one of her skill sets is the old yacht girling. It's unlikely necessarily that she would go back to that if she ever did it in the first place. Politics, I've explained before how she would get eaten up and spat out. I've explained also that she lacks the emotional empathy and drive to stay within the philanthropic situation. She just bandwagons. And her problem is, as that empty middle mid-ranger, is that she doesn't have any innate skills or abilities that would lend themselves. She has no imagination, she has no brilliant insight, she has no original thoughts. And therefore, like many narcissists, what she has to do is character trait acquire and do her best to leech off other people and essentially, although she doesn't think in these terms, expect nobody to realise what she's actually doing. However, as a consequence of the Tudor crystal ball, I have been able to take a look into the future 5 years hence. And I've actually obtained some video footage of where Harry's wife will end up. At the moment, she remains in Monty Shitshow in her 27,000 Flushing toileted mansion, still married to he of the pink pancakes, with apparently 2 children. She's been keeping a lower profile as of late. The victimhood opportunities have dried up. She's not going to the coronation. It's unlikely that she'll step foot in the United Kingdom ever again. But that's where we are in 2023. Where will she be in 2028? Well, courtesy of the Tudor time machine, I'm about to show you.
No, you don't have to adjust your screens. You are seeing what you're seeing, because at first, I can't even tell you the fact that I even got sent this, I was like stuck here for an hour, just not even wanting to touch them because I was so scared and I felt like it wasn't even real. But the fact that I'm sitting here and I am telling you guys that I just finished shooting my first Fenty skincare review, I am as happy as can be. Can nothing stop me, because the House of Realness has showed me that all things are possible. You guys have given me the Cinderella moment of my life.
There you have it. The future unfolded before your eyes. We see Harry's wife in front of her trailer. Gone is the Monty Shitshow mansion. That's repossessed as a consequence of spiralling bills and a lack of income, as the typical situation of go woke, go broke occurred. Instead, she's got a dodgy trailer that she sits outside, now flogging her products on TIG. In an attempt to garner some kind of income, she creates these videos where she talks about various products, looking to sell them. We can see that she still clings, deluded, to her notions of nobility by wearing a plastic tiara. She didn't get the tiara she wanted from the royal family, but it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, what Harry's wife wants, Harry's wife gets, and therefore, as she sells the Fenty skin products, she sits there with her plastic tiara above her head. You'll see that her difficult financial straits have led to her not being so straight in the hair department either, with some of the frizz returning as she's unable to afford the product and straighteners that would be ordinarily utilised with regard to her hair. It also appeared that she continues to be a foodie, having put on the beef somewhat, preferring not to engage in the eating of the finer foods that she once espoused, but instead more reliant on junk food. She, of course, has invested in a pair of hoop earrings, possibly for the prospect of making herself look suitably stylish for a certain class of customer. And it's evident that she's gone down the boob job route. Quite possibly, there may be an OnlyFans account lurking in the background to supplement the TIG resurrection. She's also decided that she would obtain a tattoo, as you can see, on her shoulder. It's unclear whether the tattoo is a permanent one or whether she's just got out some of Harry's felt tips that she perhaps got as part of the divorce settlement and has sat there and decided to do a bit of inking on herself. But ultimately, you get a very clear view as to how it's going to look there in 5 years' time as a consequence of the ability of the Tudorscope to look into the future. Sat flogging product through the resurrected Tig. The beauty products that she once used, she can no longer afford, save to attempt to sell them. Plastic tiara, a top head, and attempting to engage individuals so that they might part with a few shekels, so that while she seeks out a new intimate partner primary source, she has some form of outcome. As to where Archie and Lilibet are, well, they can't be seen in this video. Perhaps they're lurking inside the trailer, or maybe they're with the Prince of Pink pancakes. But there you are, a glimpse into the future, courtesy of the ability of the Tudor crystal ball to convey it to you.